What is poppin', ladies and gentlemen? That's right, I switched it up on ya. It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I found a news story that I just wanted to make a video about. I know it's been a while since I've done this, but it was just too funny for me not to talk about, alright? I think one of the scariest things you could imagine is like being the victim of a robbery, right? Imagine you're getting paid like $8 an hour to run the cash register. Some dude walks in, points a gun at you, is like, give me all the money, you know. That's a traumatizing experience. It would be horrifying. Obviously, the dude's wackadoodle enough to be robbing an El Pollo Loco. Who knows what else he's crazy enough to do, right? You call the cops and they just don't show up for an extended period of time. Maybe they're super busy saving lives or whatever. But then you find out that the cops that you called were just chillin' playing Pokemon Go instead of coming to help you. Sounds like it was too stupid to happen, right? Well, no, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about reality. Cops fired for ignoring robbery to catch Snorlax in Pokemon Go denied court review. Dude, I'm just, okay, you should never ignore your job to play Pokemon Go, but you especially shouldn't ignore your job to play Pokemon Go if you're a cop. And on top of that, I play Pokemon Go. I'm not gonna lie, if that's cringe, it is what it is. But even in Pokemon Go, dude, Snorlax isn't worth ignoring a robbery for. Like, it's not even that rare. It wouldn't be okay no matter what the Pokemon was, okay? I'm not saying that, but just hear me out. It's different if they're, like, catching a Lugia, you know? Okay, it's not different at all. That's a joke, but it's funny. Seriously, though, like, they really avoided going to a robbery for the most mid-Pokemon of all time, bro. It wouldn't have been okay if the Pokemon was cooler, but a Snorlax, that's what y'all are ignoring robberies for? Do you know how many bike thefts probably get ignored for, like, a Pikachu on a daily basis if this is what they're willing to avoid a robbery for? I just feel like I'm pretty surprised that they asked for a review too. I feel like if I got fired for playing Pokemon Go while there was a robbery going on, I would just be like, yeah, okay, I'm kinda just over that job. That's not happening anymore. I feel like it's almost more embarrassing to ask for a review, Like, Judge, you have to understand, this Snorlax ended up being a shiny, so that changes the entire dynamic of the situation. Earlier this year, it was reported that officers Luis Lozano and Eric Mitchell tried to catch a Snorlax in Pokemon Go despite getting a radio call that the Macy's at Crenshaw Plaza was being robbed and cops had requested backup. Lozano and Mitchell claimed that they never heard the request for backup because it was loud, resulting in their vehicle's digital video system recording being reviewed. According to court documents, one of the officers alerted his partner that a Snorlax just popped up, and for 20 minutes the two discussed Pokemon while they drove to different locations to hunt the creatures on their phones. I just feel like these dudes have to have, like, balls the size of freighter planes to request a review and, like, be like, oh no, we didn't hear it because it's loud. If they knew it was gonna get reviewed, did they just think the 20 minutes of them talking about Pokemon was gonna be, like, magically gone from the tape? Like, what did they really expect to happen, dude? Obviously, if you don't respond to a call for backup, they're definitely gonna see what you were up to. And if you were talking about Pokemon for 20 minutes, it seems weird to dig your heels in and be like, no, we just didn't hear it because it was too loud. Knowing that they can just review the footage, dude. Like, and now it's all out in court documents that you and your buddy were talking about going and catching a Snorlax after a call for backup came through. Listen, man, it's just like, sometimes if you're in the wrong, it's better to just walk away, than drag it out and turn it into a fight, because now it's just an even bigger deal than it already was. Like, now it's all in court documents, there's news articles about it. You probably should have just been like, yeah, you know what, we were in the wrong, this is what happened, and we're just gonna resign. Because now, dude, now everyone's gonna be making fun of this for a while, man. Anytime the cops are taking a while to get somewhere, maybe they're playing Pokemon Go. On the radio, the two even voice struggles catching some of the critters, with one yelling, holy crap, man, this thing is fighting the crap out of me, before eventually catching a Togetic. Man, they really went on like a Pokemon tour while the backup was requested for like Pokemon that are cool, I guess, but like definitely not worth missing out on that stuff. There's no Pokemon that is worth avoiding your job, right? Like, seriously, it's ridiculous if you're playing Pokemon Go while you're at work. That's just my opinion. But the fact that they're like got requested backup from officers and they're just cruising around getting beat up by this thing I'm about to put up on the screen? Like, if this little critter right here is the thing that's giving you so much trouble that you're avoiding a robbery, it's probably time to just uninstall the app, bro. I just don't understand why they didn't think about the fact that they were gonna review the radio. Like, that would have been one of my first thoughts is, oh, obviously, you know, we're under supervision, so they're probably just gonna go back through the recording. No, it was just too loud, that's why we didn't hear it. They start listening to the recording. Man, this Togetic sure is tough.
That's right, Ash. Maybe use your Pikachu to lower its HP first.
After making the catch, they claimed the other officers would be jealous of what they caught. Both officers admitted that they left their patrol to search for the Snorlax and ended up being terminated in 2018, but on Wednesday, they took their case to the California Supreme Court. Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. So like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. This seriously sounds like something straight out of a South Park episode, you know? Like the California Supreme Court is listening to this case where, you know, okay, we need to see their Pokemon Go data to see when they caught the Snorlax and its GPS catch route. Was it a Togetic, and was this a shiny or not? Like the California Supreme Court having to listen to all of this. I'm flabbergasted it ended up getting that high. I mean, obviously, I'm sure like if the police and the unions are involved, it gets escalated pretty quickly. But I just couldn't imagine being on the Supreme Court of a state and having to listen to a case about Pokemon Go. And like I said, you'd think after 4 years, these guys might have just been like, okay, it's probably not worth dragging this out and making it into a huge elevated news story of a case, because I'm pretty sure it probably was a news story in 2018, you know, but after 4 years, they still go through with it, and now all of this is in like the California Supreme Court forever. I'm just saying, man, if they have you on recording saying that like this Togetic is beating the crap out of me, and then saying, oh my gosh, we just caught these Pokemon, the other officers will be so jealous after they requested backup, it's a kind of open and shut case of what went down, you know? Probably better to just walk away and get a different job rather than really drag this out and get it brought up again, because it's still ridiculous 4 years later. And you know, this is obviously me just playing like armchair moron. I don't really know all the specifics of the case. Just based on what's going on in this article, that's my opinion on it. I haven't read all the evidence. I know there's going to be some dude down there like, actually, if you read page 800 of evidence subsection B, all right, maybe there is more, but just from what this article is saying, it sounds like they're suing because they feel like the recordings were improperly used to fire them. But it's like, bro, they have recordings of you avoiding going to give backup to play Pokemon. What do you want them to do? As reported by Bloomberg Law, the two had failed to convince the California Supreme Court that the recordings were used properly in the LAPD's decision to terminate them. I'm going to assume that's a little bit of a typo because I don't know why they would want to convince the California Supreme Court that the records were used properly. I'm assuming they did not want the recordings to be admissible in their like firing. I mean, if that is the case, then maybe I'm just really misunderstanding. This serves as a good lesson for any Pokemon enthusiasts. Don't let your desire to catch them all get in the way of your day job, even if you work in the public sector. Alright, here's my honest opinion, bro. If people in the public sector are playing Pokemon Go, I don't really care. The only caveat is, like, you gotta do your job, man. Like, listen, if there's nothing going on and you guys are just cruising around and you've got Pokemon Go and you're just, like, catching stuff in between calls or whatever, I don't care. I mean, maybe that's wrong of me. I probably should care. But, like, okay, if firefighters are playing Pokemon Go in between fires, it doesn't really bug me. If the ambulance crew is, like, at the hospital catching Pokemon in between calls, okay, I just don't really care. But if you start to, like, ignore people that need your help right now and it's, like, an emergency to play Pokemon Go, that's where the problem starts to be, especially if it's cops asking for backup. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, guys, if the fire department started just ignoring fires and showing up when the house was just charred embers because they really needed to catch a Snorlax, that's a problem. If 3 Macy's gets robbed because you guys are catching Pokemon, that's a problem. If grandma doesn't get to the hospital in time because the ambulance crew's playing Pokemon, it's an issue. Like, I just feel like that's the problem, is if you give people the freedom to be like, all right, you know, on your downtime, do whatever. People always end up taking it too far, and now you're in a situation where they're like ignoring backup calls to play Pokemon. Like, come on, man. Probably nobody cares if you're playing Pokemon Go, as long as you're not ignoring calls. And then you guys ignore a call for backup during a robbery, and on the recording while the robbery's going on are just like, this Togetic's beating me up. Obviously, the department's not going to be cool with that because, like, yeah, that's just a huge problem considering your guys' job is entirely based on getting to things quickly. But obviously, that's just my opinion, you know, could be right, could be wrong. I'm not the judge, I'm not the lawyer here. I'm not even the dude that fired him. I'm just an idiot on the internet. All in all, though, just don't play Pokemon Go at work, especially if there's, like, stuff going on. It's just a good recipe to end up getting fired. But, yeah, anyways, I just thought this entire article was crazy. People just be acting like South Park characters in real life is always something that's fun to cover. So, that'll do it for the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to press the like button. If you guys want these regularly, you're gonna have to drop a lot of likes and get those comments up, That's right, I'm blackmailing all of you. Deal with it. On a serious note, though, you should subscribe and turn on notifications if you're new, all that good stuff. And, if you want to be a real G, comment the word zombie down below. And, yeah, okay, bye. If you don't get anyone pregnant, and if you do, make sure they're hot. Bye. Peace.